The people of Earth had never seen anything like it before. One quiet morning, as the sun rose over cities and mountains, a strange shadow suddenly darkened the skies. Across the world, eyes turned upward to witness a massive armada of alien ships slowly appearing in Earth's orbit, their shapes unlike anything human technology had ever built. These were no ordinary visitors. They moved with precision and power that suggested an advanced civilization, one far beyond what Earth's brightest minds had imagined. Within moments, the aliens, who called themselves the Zytrax, made their presence known not through words but through a chilling broadcast that swept across every communication channel on the planet. The message was clear and terrifying: surrender Earth without resistance or face total destruction. The cold tone of the transmission left no room for negotiation. Panic and fear spread like wildfire among the people, but so did a strange, stubborn flicker of hope. Governments worldwide immediately activated their emergency protocols, leaders rushed to secure bunkers and war rooms, and the world's militaries prepared to defend their homes. But beyond the fear, there was also a deep resolve. Soldiers trained day and night, scientists worked feverishly to understand the alien technology, and civilians looked to one another for strength. People shared stories of survival and courage from their own histories, reminding themselves that humanity had faced hardship before and had always found a way forward. As the Zytrax armada settled into orbit, scanning the planet below, humans watched anxiously but refused to bow. Across crowded cities, silent deserts, and icy tundras, men and women prepared for the unknown battle ahead. Yet, amid the uncertainty, some noticed something unexpected: small, bright flares darting between Earth's defense satellites, signals that human technology might still hold secrets the aliens had not yet uncovered. In the darkest hours before any fight began, hope and fear danced together, weaving a tense silence that settled over the planet. The arrival of the Zytrax was not just an attack, it was a test of humanity's will and spirit, a moment when the future of Earth would be decided not by sheer power but by courage, unity, and the relentless drive to survive. Every eye in the world was on the sky, waiting for the first move in a game where the stakes were nothing less than existence itself. The quiet before the storm shattered in an instant as the Zytrax unleashed their full power against Earth. Without warning, colossal energy beams sliced through the sky, striking the planet's largest cities and critical defense satellites with terrifying precision. Skyscrapers crumbled under the alien assault, and power grids flickered and failed, plunging entire regions into darkness. Yet even as chaos erupted on the ground, humanity's forces responded with a strength born of desperation and determination. Pilots scrambled in sleek fighters, while hidden bases around the globe launched missiles and fired laser cannons. The humans did not meet the Zytrax in open battle, where the aliens' advanced technology could easily overwhelm them. Instead, they struck from the shadows, using stealth ships that slipped past the enemy's sensors, and deployed guerrilla tactics honed over decades of small wars and conflicts on Earth. Teams of soldiers struck fast and vanished before the Zytrax could respond, sabotaging supply ships and communications arrays. All the while, the new orbital defense system, placed around Earth to support humanity's upcoming mission to Mars, remained hidden but ready. This network of satellites and automated weapon platforms, previously untested in battle, suddenly sprang to life with dazzling speed. Beams of concentrated energy shot out, hitting the Zytrax armada's ships with pinpoint accuracy. The invaders, who had believed their technology made them unstoppable, found themselves caught off guard by the humans' unexpected resilience and innovation. The battle in orbit turned into a desperate fight for control, with ships twisting and diving through space, trying to avoid the sudden strikes from Earth's defenses. On the ground, despite the destruction and fear, people watched the skies with fierce hope, cheering every small victory as if their lives depended on it. Because they did. The Zytrax, unable to break the defense lines and facing heavy losses, began to falter. Their retreat was not one of surrender but a calculated withdrawal to regroup and rethink their strategy. As the last of their warships disappeared beyond Earth's atmosphere, the battered armada left behind a silent reminder of the fierce battle fought and the spirit of a species that refused to be conquered. Humanity had survived the first clash, bruised but unbroken, proving that no matter how advanced an enemy might be, the heart and courage of people united could change the course of a war. In those tense hours after the battle, the world held its breath, knowing that the true fight was only just beginning. Humanity was far from defeated. If anything, the battle on Earth had only hardened their resolve as the conflict pushed beyond the familiar skies and into the cold, dusty plains of Mars. For years, humans had worked tirelessly to build the first true colony on the Red Planet, a fragile but hopeful foothold in the vast expanse of space. The colony was no longer just a symbol of human achievement, but had become a crucial stronghold, a place where survival depended on grit, intelligence, and constant innovation. The Zytrax, relentless in their ambition, saw Mars not just as another target but as a strategic prize, a base from which they could control the solar system and crush humanity's hope forever. As their fleet approached the planet, dark and ominous against the faint red horizon, the colonists prepared themselves for the storm. Years of isolation in this harsh environment had forged a unique breed of defenders, resourceful and unyielding. They had transformed Mars into a fortress, unlike any other, combining human creativity with the latest technologies. Massive energy shields now pulsed around the colony, shimmering barriers capable of absorbing powerful blasts that could have shattered conventional defenses. Swarms of autonomous drones, sleek and deadly, patrolled the skies and underground tunnels, ready to intercept any alien craft that dared to descend. Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, improving these defenses while the military strategists planned tactics that relied on speed, surprise, and knowledge of their hostile environment. Mars was no longer just a settlement, it was a symbol of humanity's spirit, unyielding and fierce. As the Zytrax ships moved closer, their confidence was met with unexpected resistance. The battle that had begun in Earth's orbit was about to reach a new, dangerous height, where every inch of ground was hard-won and every moment could mean survival or annihilation. The tension among the colonists was palpable, yet beneath the fear was a deep pride and determination. They were not just fighting for Mars, but for the future of all humanity. In this critical moment, every soldier, scientist, and civilian understood that the coming clash would decide not just the fate of a colony, but the fate of an entire species. The stage was set for a confrontation that would push both humans and Zytrax to their limits, testing the power of innovation and the strength of human will in a battle where the stars themselves seemed to hold their breath. The Zytrax launched, their massive assault on Mars with a confidence born from their belief in superior technology and overwhelming power, their fleet casting huge shadows over the planet's barren landscape as they prepared to crush the human colony once and for all. Yet the colonists were ready, driven by a fierce will to survive and protect what they had built far from Earth's safety. The battle that followed was unlike any other, a brutal test of endurance and strategy. The humans refused to face the Zytrax head-on, where their advanced weapons could dominate. Instead, they used every advantage Mars offered, vast canyons, deep underground tunnels, and hidden bases, to strike swiftly and disappear before the enemy could respond. Their guerrilla tactics kept the Zytrax off balance, forcing the aliens to waste resources chasing shadows and fighting in unfamiliar terrain. Behind these daring maneuvers was cutting-edge technology. Energy shields flickered to life in moments of attack, drones swarmed in coordinated strikes, and human pilots executed dangerous hit-and-run missions that chipped away at the alien fleet's strength. The battle's tide began to shift when a small but fearless team of human fighters launched a surprise counteroffensive aimed straight at the heart of the Zytrax command. Using stealth ships and electronic jamming devices, they slipped through. The chaos struck the massive command ship, crippling its systems and severing the alien fleet's control and communication. Suddenly, the organized and confident Zytrax forces became scattered and vulnerable. Confusion rippled through their ranks as they struggled to regroup without orders. The humans pressed their advantage relentlessly, turning the alien strength into weakness by forcing isolated units into traps and destroying supply lines. What had seemed like an unstoppable invasion started to unravel, piece by piece. For the first time, hope surged through the colonists and their allies back on Earth. as reports of small but significant victories arrived in quick succession. The battle for Mars became a symbol of human tenacity, showing that no matter how advanced or powerful an enemy might be, courage and determination could change the course of history. Even under the most overwhelming odds, humanity's fighters proved that the will to survive and protect home could turn what seemed like a doomed fight into a stunning victory, inspiring people across the solar system and igniting a fierce pride that burned brighter than any weapon. The clash on Mars was not just a battle for territory. It was a declaration that humanity would never surrender, no matter the threat. With the Zytrax command ship crippled and their forces thrown into chaos, the invaders had no choice but to abandon their plans for conquest and begin a hurried retreat from Mars, leaving behind a trail of wreckage and shattered ambitions that glowed dimly against the cold red soil. The alien ships, once symbols of terror and dominance, now drifted away in disarray, their powerful fleet reduced to fragments by human ingenuity and relentless courage. As the dust settled on the battered battlefield, humanity stood united and victorious, not because they wielded the deadliest weapons or possessed the most advanced technology, but because their strength came from something deeper: heart, creativity, and an unyielding spirit that refused to be broken. The war had tested every fiber of their being, but it had also sparked a newfound unity among the people of Earth and the scattered colonies in space. Borders faded, old rivalries gave way to shared purpose, and governments and civilians alike joined hands in rebuilding and preparing for the uncertain future. The struggle against the Zytrax became a catalyst for cooperation and hope, inspiring scientific breakthroughs and accelerating humanity's quest to explore beyond their solar system with a determination never before seen. As messages of support and solidarity echoed across communication networks, people everywhere felt a renewed pride in their identity, not just as inhabitants of a single planet, but as members of a vast and resilient species capable of facing the darkest threats and emerging stronger. Humanity had not only defended their home, they had carved a place for themselves among the stars, sending a powerful message to any who might challenge them in the future. This was a species that would fight with every ounce of their being to protect what they loved, to innovate against impossible odds, and to rise from the ashes like a phoenix. The dawn after the battle was not just a new day for Mars or Earth, but a new chapter in the story of humankind, one filled with promise, courage, and the unshakable belief that no matter the enemy or the challenge, humanity's light would shine brighter than ever before.